Hang on.
Sorry, I've been trying to find this dang hat.
I don't know how I'm going to do my headphones.
I just found it though.
There, I got it. We're
I
live.
guess it was meant to be. This is a good sign for Steve that I was able to find it.
I found mine.
Have you heard any more updates? Like I never like want to ask because I feel bad.
Yeah,
oh, you did?
Yeah, he's having surgery on Tuesday, but he's hanging in there. He's
okay.
Yeah.
Did you know that Rayleigh got hurt and all that too? Like Pam didn't even like tell us that. Like,
yeah. So we're live. So
oh, okay. I didn't realize we were live.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. The only reason I knew was because I talked to our associate from Disney.
Yeah.
And she mentioned a Ray, R-A-Y.
Yeah.
And I didn't know if there was somebody else there, like a gentleman named Ray. I didn't assume it was Ray Lee. Cause
I talked to Jocelyn and got the scoop on that. So crazy, man. Think about them like crazy.
So is she okay? I mean,
she's all right. Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay.
I mean, she had to go see she had to go to the hospital too. Yeah. But
okay. Jeez. Yeah. Cause Pam and I were talking, we're like, the only person we knew was Ray Lee, but we're like, we thought like if it was real bad, Jocelyn would have said something.
Yeah. I mean, it's like just traumatic. You know what I mean? Like it's just crazy.
Yeah. I know. I've been shaking like ever since. Like
yeah, me too.
Like 2 seconds, you know. Like
then I was freaking out that I couldn't find the hat. Like I was like, oh my God, this is like a bad sign that I can't find the hat. But then I found it and I was like, oh my God, this is a good sign.
Fortunately, Pam throws all my junk that she doesn't like in a corner. Like it's that Toy Story. Like I got a box at that Toy Story media event that says,
oh yeah,
it says toys or something, and she puts all the stuff she doesn't like in that box. So it was all crunched down in there.
That's funny. No, because like I have way too many hats, so they're like all in different places. And then this one was just sitting, like the loft is like right here, and I was giving up. I was like, all right, well, I'll just get set up, and then boom, I found it. Like it was just sitting in the loft. I caught it in the corner of my eye.
You got to keep your captain's hat on
hand. I know.
It's your go bag.
No, I should be in my go bag. You never know, man. Like when the sea may call me, I better be ready.
I mean, when you're in the Midwest, you don't have much need for a captain's hat.
This is still my original one from Steve, man. This guy has been around.
This thing's dirty. It's been around. Yeah, it's had some. It's got miles on it. Hang on, let me hit this. So I figured tonight we'll talk a little bit. So can you record tomorrow with me and Ricky?
I figured I was gonna have to. Yeah.
So, can you be on the rotation now for until further notice? As long as you...
Yeah, I mean I'm always available on Mondays. If there's three of you, I try not to jump
no, in. But I mean we're gonna need you till further notice because Rams will be out of it for a while. Oh my gosh, the Bills just scored again. This game is crazy.
This game is wild.
It's weird to see the Bills playing the Rams in LA. Like I turned that on, I was like, that's wild. Yeah, that'd be great.
Hour tour.
So here's the deal. What I was thinking is, it's a 1 hour tour tonight. So I want to do the Friday show tomorrow, all about your trip. But tonight we could hit highlights. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But try to we'll talk about staying at Fort Wilderness, about the main stuff tomorrow is a whole show.
Yeah.
Friday, but we could talk about it tonight too.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to call and ask questions about it.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. People want to ask, I'm going on.
Dude, I haven't talked to you in 2 weeks. It seems.
I know, dude. Seriously, it's been crazy around here.
And you leave when? Tuesday?
Wednesday morning.
My anniversary.
Yep. Dude, Mizzou beat Kansas today. What's up, dude? That was craziness. We didn't get my Vegas goal that I wanted though. We got Nashville, which is okay, but I want to go to Vegas.
I'm going to be going to Vegas for work. First time ever.
It's cool, dude. It is crazy looking.
It does look crazy.
It's so crazy. Because I don't gamble, but it's so crazy looking.
I'm going to try to see if Liz can come out too. So because for the conference, you get the conference rate if you want to stay a couple days after or whatever. And it's dirt cheap. It's $50 a night, where we're staying.
Oh yeah. It's fun even if you don't gamble because there's shows and
oh yeah. That's
places to eat. I mean, just to walk around, look at this stuff.
To see the lights.
Just to look around, it's amazing. It's crazy. Yeah, I was like, dang, we didn't get that, but
Catherine, you got to try a Disney cruise. For a 5 and 2 year old. I mean, maybe we can address that on the show.
We're talk about that here. Let's start the show. We'll start. We'll talk about it because I got
some thoughts on that.
Yeah, that's good because we need something to talk about. The password tonight's going to be your favorite Christmas cookie. So let's see here.
I don't do that senior Sunday stuff. You know, there's like posts when you have a senior on Sundays or something. But I just made one like of like Emily, like with the castle, like from pre-K to like 12th grade. And it's like, oh man, you know what I'm saying? Like it just.
I can't think about that yet.
I'm a weak dad,
dude. Mallory makes fun of me because I cried all like the sad, like dude, that Apple commercials tear me up with the airport.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yep.
She's like, "Are you crying over that Apple commercial?" I'm like, "Stop, shut up." Yes. I'm like, "Dude, he's watching."
Dude, Apple knows how to hit you, man.
Oh, those holiday commercials get me every time. I'm like, the guy can't hear his daughter, and then he puts it in. He hears, "I love you," and Dad. I'm
so
like,
good.
"Are you crying over an Apple commercial?" I'm like, "Shut up! You're gonna be going away to school soon. Stop." I'm like, "I'll make you just go to your room." Yeah,
it's painful.
Oh, daughter.
I hope the hat's getting packed.
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess I should wear my Santa hat because it's Christmas. I mean, I don't think
that's true. I bought a new Santa hat too. I mean, I called in and you know all about that.
Yeah. And they didn't decorate the ship because I've seen pictures of it, but they're using the atrium for shows. I've seen it. Like there's an Indiana Jones show. It's pretty cool. I kind of
gotta get on that ship.
It looks pretty cool.
I gotta get on the ship, man. I just got that.
Me too.
We just
you can go this summer with us. Okay.
I know. I know. I still is there room? I'm guessing
we'll figure it out. All right. So let's start this thing. Else we'll never get going. It's 6. Here we go.
There we go.
Are we live everywhere? Yes. Okay.
House band queued up.
Yep, they are. Here we go. Well, hey, everybody. Welcome to the BOGP Open Line for Sunday night, December 8th, 2024. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from BeOurGuestPodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Sunday night to you. Bon voyage. Hope you're having a great weekend. My buddy, Scotty G, co-hosting the show. He's back from the fort where he actually called in from Magic Kingdom last week, having a good time out in Tomorrowland. So we're going to be recapping that tonight, talking about my upcoming Disney Treasure Cruise on Thursday, and taking your calls for the next hour at 407-413-9395. That's 407-413-9395. But let's get to the co-host with the most, Scotty G. What's up, Scott?
Captain Mike. Great to see you on this Sunday. Sorry I missed last Sunday, but when you're on vacation, I still try to call, obviously, because I did, and I try to listen when I can, wherever I'm at. We've had some great calls when I'm on vacation too. I think you called me from Big Thunder Mountain once, I believe, which is pretty epic. But
correct. Yes.
It was awesome.
You're not on vacation, you were on assignment.
I was on I like the way you worded that, yes. Research. I was on assignment. But man, like that just puts me so much in the holiday spirit. I'm always kind of like let's get through Thanksgiving first. I think Thanksgiving is a wonderful holiday with friends and family and all that, and I feel like it just like gets forgotten after Halloween. Everyone jumps to Christmas, but there's something about like being in the Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World Thanksgiving weekend, because it just gets me so jolly and in that spirit. And then here I am live. If anyone's watching live, the studio is decked out. You got this great banner behind us with Christmas lights and snowflakes. I am all in on Christmas. I'm so excited.
I'm all about the virtual decorations. Easy to put up, easy to take down.
Easy to take down, yeah. It doesn't matter if it's like 10 degrees outside or 100 degrees outside. You can get it done with these, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, the real ones that are hanging outside the house, those stink, taking them down in January in the Midwest. Not great. So
I have Christmas lights all year long.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, some people do that here. We call them Hoosiers, but that's what Indiana people, they come at me when I say that. But you're in the college football playoffs, so don't come at me.
They're on the college football playoffs.
You're rocking it with Signetti.
So. They have as many appearances as Michigan State does now in the college football playoffs.
They have more than us. Anyway, so real quick though, on a serious note, we're rocking our captain's hats tonight in honor of our third captain, Steve, who is Pam Forrester's husband. Many of you have probably seen the post on Facebook that Pam put up there. She has been out of the loop here for about a week or two on the shows. You might wonder why. Steve was in an accident celebrating Thanksgiving with some friends out in the East Coast, and he is in the hospital and recovering. He's had some surgeries and has some surgeries to come still in his recovery. And Pam just wanted to let everybody know that, you know, thoughts and prayers are appreciated. And a lot of folks have reached out and said that they're thinking of Pam and Hannah and Steve. And you know, she's super appreciative of everybody who has reached out and thought of the family and lifted them up. And I just wanted to pass that along to everybody, that she wanted to just tell everybody thank you for the thoughts, the prayers, and just the concerns you've lifted them up. And she thanks you so much for that. So we're rocking the captain's hats for our third captain here, who's out in Rhode Island, and we'll be back soon. I texted him today, said just get 1% better each and every day, and we'll be taking those crazy pictures again together, because Scott and Steve and I have the ultimate yacht rock album cover picture, which is one of my favorite pictures of all time.
We do, and I've been thinking about Steve for, I mean, 10 plus days now, it seems like. I mean, since that happened. So there's not much more I can add there, except you know, send your good vibes to Steve. Like, he's got good vibes, he brings good energy, you know, he's one of the coolest cats around. So he's super chill. So just many of you may not have met him. Like, we all know Pam, so he's kind of behind the scenes, but he's always hustling, making sure Pam can do what she can do for the podcast too. Like, he's making dinners on Monday nights and doing all these things in his schedule to make Pam available for the podcast. And he's just one of the coolest cats I know. So thinking about you, Steve.
Absolutely. So Steve, we'll be back together soon. All right. So tonight we have the phone lines are open, 407-413-9395. We always have a password on Sunday nights, the gateway question, so that you can talk Disney with us. You got to get through this first. And tonight is your favorite Christmas cookie. What is your favorite of all the Christmas cookies? Because this comes from the clubhouse. I saw folks are already baking. I saw Trisha and a few other folks posting their pictures of all the goodies. Now, here's the deal. I can't really complain, because we end up with plenty of Christmas cookies around this house, but we don't make Christmas cookies. And I shouldn't say we. This is where I get in trouble, when I use the we and I'm not involved. I always get just killed by my wife and daughters. But they make the Christmas cookies, but they don't make them until Paige gets home. Like, it was usually when Paige got home from college, like Mizzou. Now it's like when she comes back, because she gets a little break from basketball. I think she's coming back on the 22nd. I bought her a plane ticket. I had to bribe her. I'm like, Paige, you got to come home for Christmas. I'll buy you a plane ticket. So she's coming home for the 22nd to the 26th. And so when she gets home, boom, they'll start making Christmas cookies, and they'll make a lot of them, but they don't make them till the 22nd. Like, everybody else is making theirs now and enjoyed them through the season. That's how it should be, really. I should be eating them now, but I'll just gorge on them from the 22nd on to like the beginning of the year. Oh, yeah. But favorite Christmas cookie. So Scott, what would you say favorite Christmas cookie for you? What's your number one? What's top?
I mean, I just like the classic like sugar cookie, right? Like a nice sugar cookie with some like nice sugar frosting on it. That's my go-to. Like, in the shapes of like Christmas things. So like I like the Christmas tree shaped cutout for the sugar cookie. That's I feel like I get more quantity with that one, you know, as opposed to like a little bell or something. I like the tree, or the snowman is another one that brings a lot of cookie to it. But I'm just a sucker for those classic sugar cookies.
Well, I think things taste better. Anything tastes better in the shape of either like a Christmas tree, Santa, you know, like a Reese's peanut butter cup.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Tastes better. Like,
I like the heart though. I don't see those as much anymore. The Reese's heart though, man. That's
or like an Easter egg, you know, like an egg.
Butters
like an egg. They're dense like it is an egg. But so mine is Pam makes these like chocolate cookies with, it's like chocolate cookies, like chocolate chips, and they have powdered sugar on top. Oh man, those things. And it's like a Ruffles. Like, I can't just eat one. Like,
oh yeah,
he puts them in those green. They're made by Ziploc. They're like Tupperware kind of tubs. Those cheap ones are like green, and she has red ones.
Oh yeah, those are great. I mean, it's great for transporting the cookies to your holidays, right?
I just go by, and you just, every time, like, I know she hears in the living room, you hear that lid go open every time I pass through the kitchen. You have to eat one. And the thing with powdered sugar is like, it's like leaves a trail of evidence. Like, I'll have it on my shirt or my fingers. Like, she'll be like, "Did you get another cookie?" I'm like, "No." She'll be like, "Why do you got powdered sugar on your cheek?" I'm like, "What?" Riley, she licked me. And she's like, "Riley didn't eat powdered sugar cookie." And they're all gone. Yeah, that's my favorite, the chocolate. She makes snickerdoodles and all those things, but yeah, chocolate.
You know, it's funny. Everyone's going to have like, well, it's got to be so-and-so's cookie. And like, I'm not trying to brag it up. And everyone's going to be like, my family members makes the best ones. Like, Liz makes the best Christmas sugar cookies. And like, she's not one to be like, oh, I have a secret recipe, but she kind of does. She does this thing and she won't even tell me. I know like orange juice is part of the recipe. I don't know if she's got like the secret quantity of orange juice that she puts in the batter or the dough or whatever, but my God, it is so good. I could just eat the dough, Mike. Like I see it in the fridge sometimes and I just eat the dough. It's so good.
I'm saying, when they're making them, because they have to have like Christmas music playing on like the little Echo Dot that's in the kitchen, like and they just play it off of whatever, Apple Music or whatever they play a playlist. And it's awesome, dude. It's like a, it's not a Hallmark movie from 1960s, it's like a 2024 Hallmark movie kind of thing. But I just go in there and I try to steal dough constantly because half the time I'm like, why are we even baking these things? Like the dough's where it's at,
right?
Like, why are we wasting our time? Why we put them in the oven?
Eat the dough.
Give me a spoon. Let's go. Anyway, 474-139-9395. We've got a lot to talk about. So I'm heading out in the Treasure on Thursday, staying at Animal Kingdom Lodge on Wednesday. If you have any questions, you want me to check anything out in the Treasure, let me know. But Scott was just down at Walt Disney World last week, cruising up with the golf cart, staying at the fort, going to candlelight processional. Scott, we're going to talk about this on Friday's show coming up. We're going to record it tomorrow afternoon. But if anybody has questions about Scott's trip, you want to know anything about that, we could talk about that. But we had a question here. Let's I forgot to mute the buzzer. I hate that ring on. I don't know. That Skype ring drives me nuts. I don't know why.
I find it too bad. I find it what annoys me is so loud in the ear.
It is. Like, it's so loud and it's so 1997. But we got our call. Obviously, everybody knows now you're awake. Hey, who's on the line?
What's up, boys? It's Jason. How you doing tonight?
Hey. How was Slinky Dog 10 out of 10 at Sunset? Man, that's a romantic spin around Toy Story Land.
It was awesome. The breeze was great. It was like slightly chilly, so I mean, it was just a perfect time to ride that ride.
You think that would have chilled out Jalen Milroe tonight?
Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. So obviously we were in the parks today, so I wasn't as like in tune with Twitter. Is he coming back to Alabama? Because I thought I saw a tweet that said he was coming back.
I did see,
but I didn't believe it.
No, I saw it, but I didn't source it. But I did see the tweet. Yeah, I did, but I didn't look at it very closely because Mizzou beat Kansas today, so I'm like on a high in basketball. I was watching all the hoops.
There we go.
Yeah, no, it was crazy.
Yeah, I can't imagine he would. I just kind of didn't know if I missed that or something.
I did see that, but I didn't source it. So anyway, but
won't kill. I had a thought though.
So go ahead, Scott.
So Jason just did Slinky Dog at night, and he was like 10 out of 10 at night. And it got me thinking when I read that. I was like, oh yeah, like I like the ride next door at night a lot too. Like the Alien Swirling Saucers just did that last week, and it seems like that has a different energy at night. And then it got me thinking, is every outdoor ride just straight up better at night? And I think it is.
Astro Orbiter definitely is.
Yeah, I think a Big Thunder Mountain. I think anything that's outdoors is better at night, is my theory. But anyway, I'm sure Jason didn't want to talk about that.
Jason's got to get through our password and our gateway question. Favorite Christmas cookie, Jason? What you got?
All right, so I agree with you on the sugar cookies. I mean, I'm a fan of all cookies, but Vern and I completed the cookie stroll at Festival of the Holidays. I know, Scott, you did as well. Our favorite cookie was the hazelnut cookie at the Germany pavilion or the Germany booth. That was our favorite cookie. So I'm going, that's going to be my answer.
I have to chime in real quick though, because Scott, I meant to tell you, I unfortunately was not a fan of the black and white cookie there. It tasted different than like a traditional black and white cookie.
That's good information for me to know. That's what everybody has told me. So I feel like I got to go out and get a real black and white cookie because it sounds like Epcot is not making it happen.
So wait, this is at Epcot, right? This black and white. Because I've never had a black and white cookie in my life, and I'm going there Wednesday. Where's it at now? Or where's the black and white cookie?
The black and white is I can't pronounce the
booth was in between France and Morocco.
I think it was the Jewish one.
It's the Jewish booth. Yeah, okay. I don't know how to pronounce it either, but yeah.
It's
one of my favorite booths.
And here's the thing. This has happened more than once in my life, not just about the cookie thing, but like I've never heard of a black and white cookie until like a couple of weeks ago. Somebody brought it up on the show here. Like we started on the Clubhouse or something. It was here it was something with the podcast. I swear I've seen it on TV. I've seen it on Twitter. Ever since that, like I've seen it everywhere. People talking about black and white cookies, and I had never heard of it until 2 weeks ago. It's everywhere now. Yeah, they're talking about in the NFL.
I mean, there's a great Seinfeld episode in the '90s about the black and white cookies.
I never even heard of it ever. It's so weird. So I'm gonna try one. I think. Yeah,
it was fun.
Apparently, it's not the best one.
But apparently, it's trash. Yeah, exactly.
If it's the only one you've had, you might like it. But if you had like a real black and white cookie, like in New York City or somewhere else, like no, you're going to be disappointed. I think that's what the verdict is.
Yeah, black and white cookies are terrible.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know. I thought it was fine. I feel like the worst cookie is still the best thing ever because it's a cookie. So I don't know. That's kind of my opinion on it.
Cool. So what else is going on? What, guys, man, having a good night over there and DHS, it sounds like.
Yeah, we started in Epcot and did Guardians. I mean, I took the other jump point. I don't actually do Guardians, but started there, made our way to Hollywood Studios. We did Muppet Vision 3D. That was our second time doing it ever. So, you know, I forgot how much the old guys crack me up. Those one-liners are great.
Statler and Waldorf forever.
The whole thing is just hilarious.
Yeah, it is. We surrender. We surrender.
But yeah, no, we hung around Hollywood Studios a little bit. Did Slinky Dog because it said 50 minutes, but we only waited like 30-ish. So that wasn't bad. But yeah, no, it was a nice full night.
Good stuff.
I love those, like, I love that you can just hop over, like, I mean, I say hop, but like, I mean, you guys are really like 5 minutes away. And just like, oh, let's have a fun Sunday at Epcot and go to Hollywood Studios. Like, man, and around the Christmas time, it's so perfect. I'm so jealous. I love it.
Nobody's jealous of that.
We are very blessed that we can kind of just drive over and it's 5-10 minutes and we're there.
So now you guys did go to Cake Bake together, did you? Not the other night? So
yes, we did.
Give us kind of a little review here while you're all together. How was that? How was that night? Because you guys are all together here. Let's get a little mini review.
That was such a fantastic night at Epcot. Cake Bake Shop. My quick review of it was the atmosphere was amazing. They have this like Christmas tree that rotates on the top with animatronics. That was cool. Food wise, the food was good, but for what you're paying, value wise, it's not really there in my opinion. But meal was fantastic. Obviously had fantastic company. And then we did Glimmer and Greenhouses, which, I mean, come on, it's Glimmer and Greenhouses. That's a top 3 attraction on Disney property. So yeah, that was a great night.
Nice. So Scott, did it meet? Because I know you were like high on it, like you were pumped. Did it? Because you have high expectations.
I do have high expectations, and I agree with Jason. I mean, the atmosphere is like what won me over. Like the you walk in and you're just kind of blown away by just the scope of the restaurant, the layout, the white colors. I purposely wore a white pullover because I just to like kind of blend in with it, and like it's just really nice. But then the menu is kind of overwhelming because then they give you this book. I mean, it's this heavy menu. You turn it over and there's just so much to like comprehend, I feel like. And I just kind of got lost in the menu. I don't think I ordered what I actually wanted because I was like influenced by another cast member that I talked to before our meal that said I should get this. And it was good. I got this goat cheese quiche. Not normally like my go-to meal for like a dinner, I'd rather have like a steak or something, So, yeah. So I left kind of hungry, but I really enjoyed the atmosphere of the company was fantastic. But there's a great story, I have to say. So it's getting time to order cakes because we're gonna have cakes, right? And a gentleman kind of walks by with a couple cakes, and like Liz is like, kind of like trying to look over to see what they were. And the gentleman came over nicely and like showed the cakes to Elizabeth and explained what they were because there's a lot of cake options on there. And we're still trying to sit there and we're talking, and the same gentleman comes over later and he's like, "Hey guys, do you think Mike Rahlman would like this restaurant?" So shout out to Ryan at the Cake Bake Shop, and I believe at the Boathouse too. Big fan of the Be Our Guest podcast. I took a selfie with him. I've been waiting to post it so that we can, because I wanted to talk about it first, and then I was going to share the photo. But it was awesome. And we're just sitting there. He's like, "Do you think Mike Rahlman's going to like this place?"
He's like, "Because he'll probably never step foot in this place because he is too cheap."
Both Ryan and I agree that you would like it and that you have to give it a shot.
I will.
When I said I'm Veronica,
when I'm by myself, I'm not taking 4 people to that place. I'm not that crazy.
we also said you might get a little jittery because there's no TV screens and no sports playing. So you might have to, prop the phone up and get, YouTube TV going.
Oh, always. I do that at Texas Roadhouse when there's 8 TVs going at once. I have my little phone at my table. Yeah, people be talking about me, but you know what? I'm at the point in my life I don't care.
but get this though, so like some of the prices are definitely overpriced. Like I think Elizabeth's Coke was like $8 or something.
Oh my god, stop. God, like you gotta give me a warning, give me a content warning.
But I got an old fashioned, I think was $18, and in comparison, right down the road at Yachtsman, I had one on Thanksgiving that was $25.
Jeez.
But I will say the Yachtsman one was really good. So it was worth the
that thing should walk you back to the room and tuck you in, give you a kiss.
But the food we all had was really good. I think Jason and Veronica would agree too. I know Jason got that burger. I mean, he took a lot of stuff off it. I mean, he doesn't even put ketchup on it, for crying out loud. But that, I learned. But the quiche were good. The cakes were good.
Jason would get so along with my dad. That's my dad.
I believe I got a French onion soup that was delish. So it was good. I do want to try breakfast. I want to try breakfast there now too, just to try all the meals and maybe tea sometime. I don't know. I know it's kind of pricey, but maybe.
You could get a piece of toast for $4 if you want.
A piece of toast for $4. That kind of was our running joke, wasn't it?
I want to order it and see if it's legit one slice of bread, or is it like I don't know, you get 2 and butter. I don't know, but it's $4 if you're interested.
What they put like the cinnamon, like if you can get like a cinnamon toast, like the cinnamon and butter.
God,
it's gotta be fancy.
I don't know, not gonna lie.
If that place goes out of business, like the United States inflation rate goes down by 0.5 percentage point.
Yeah, I honestly, I hope it goes the distance, but man, I don't know. I guess we'll have to see.
No, it's fine. I mean, I love that there's options for people, and
the shop is super cute too. We walked around the shop first, where you can order like macarons and cakes and all that, but they have like cool merchandise too. It was so pretty that I don't even know how else to describe it. It was just beautiful in there. I love the colors and everything, and all the staff, the cast were super friendly too. We loved everyone we met there. Mary, our server, was awesome too. So really, really excited for it. I just don't know how I'm
doing her first marathon.
What was that, Jason?
I said shout out to Mary doing her first marathon. It's January.
Yeah, our server's going to be running her first. She's running Goofy in January, so I gave a little bit of advice on doing Goofy. It feels weird. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it, Mike. I've done it like 8 straight years. It feels so weird not doing it this year.
You should be. You got to find a way to get a bib somehow.
I've done it before.
I know, dude, it's not over, dude. It's still only December 8th. Come on.
Yeah, I got plenty of time.
You do. There's plenty of time.
But highly recommend it. I think it's going to be like almost like a Space 220 for me, where it's not going to be like a once every few years things for me. I mean, I got the metrics right. I'm going to know the last time I went there, and I can look back and
of course. That's why you and Jason get along so well, dude. Jason is college football as you are to restaurants at Walt Disney World. Exactly the analogy there. No, so that's super cool though. I mean, I like that we have options like that. It's a place to go for like a special celebration. I like it. Yeah. But I also like that Wade says he stands by his comment to get an entire cake from Costco for half the price of cake bake, and he likes it better. So
I like what Rob is saying too. Like a lot of Disney signatures are kind of turning into like the prefix option, and I liked that you could just order whatever you wanted. Like you could share something with someone if you wanted to, like. Because that could be a route to go too, like share a meal and just taking that ambiance. Like I'm telling you that, and it might not be 100% for you, Mike. It is as you like to say, fancy in quotes, like like the vibe in there. But I love it. I soaked that stuff up, man. It was just so beautiful in that restaurant.
Rod does have a Georgia logo for his avatar, so he's just happy that they won the SEC. So he's going to be happy about anything at this point. He's good.
That Gunner Stockton hit is kind of like.
Oh my God! I thought we saw murder last night. I was like, oh my God! I think his head came off. Yeah.
Oh my God!
They brought back in a one-arm quarterback to win the whole thing. I was like, oh,
that was kind of wild.
We can't help it. We got to talk sports every once in a while. Anyway, we got to get off because people get mad. Okay, so we talked about the cookies. We talked about the highlights of hanging out. So, you guys have any you guys like plan going over to the parks, or do you just kind of like wing it, just like we're not doing anything tonight, let's go over? Like, how's it work for you guys?
So we wing it most of the time, but we actually are staying at the fort this upcoming week. So we're very excited for that. We're getting the golf cart, going looping, Christmas lights, all that fun stuff. This is one of my favorite times, so I'm very excited.
Dang, it's gonna be fun. Scott gave you the little pre-show there with the cart and the cabins and all that stuff.
It is. It's such a magical time. I know the price is the price, but like it is just so worth it to get a golf cart and drive around the fort and just kind of see. I know I feel like I talk about this all the time on the show, but it's just so magical.
Here's a little tease to next Friday's episode. I'm looking at DVC points to make another trip there without a theme park ticket. That's how much I enjoyed it. I just want to spend time there and not worry about having to go to a park because I loved it so much.
I've heard people say that because I have guests that like go year after year and stay at the fort. Like that's their place. Like they just, and you got to book those like immediately because especially if you're going around the holidays. If you want to go around Halloween or Christmas, you got to get them as soon as they book. Yeah. As soon as they open.
But we have zero plans to go to the park while we stay at the fort. We normally just kind of stay put. And I guess we're going to Animal Kingdom tomorrow to go play the games for the last time. But yeah.
Do I have a story about that too?
Nice.
But yeah, that's awesome that you're gonna. I like those staycations, right? I mean, that's one thing. And Mike, you might agree with me too that like I worry about like I used to for years say like, oh yeah, I'm gonna move to Florida for sure. That's where I want to retire so I can be close to Walt Disney World. But like I love staying at the resorts so much. That's what like makes Walt Disney World. That's what makes me the happiest the most. I think. I mean, don't get me wrong. We had wonderful park days and like it kind of sparked that energy again, because it had been a little while since we've been. But like I just love the resorts, and I feel like if I lived there, I probably wouldn't stay as much, because I'd had my home and everything. So I feel like it would like take away a little bit of the excitement for me. That's why I love that you two are doing some staycations because that's what it's all about to me.
Agreed.
We love our staycations. When we lived in Vero before, we would still do staycations. We would come on up. I know it's obviously a lot tougher for people like flying into Florida to just kind of do a staycation and not go to the parks, but it really is such a great time. And you can do so many things that just don't involve the parks that I would recommend it if it's something you can swing. Maybe you have an extended weekend, like a Friday to Sunday or something. That's kind of what we do when we do our staycations, aside from our fort trip. But it really is so much fun, and there's just so much you can do at the resorts that don't even come close to the parks.
That's a good idea. Yeah, especially when you get those, like you say, 4-day weekends where, like, I know Scott does that a lot, where you can cash off, maybe 1 or 2 like days off of work for like 5 days of vacation. It makes sense when you're traveling from out of state. Well, hey, we can't wait to hear about your trip. So we'll have to give us a call when you get back from that and tell us how it went. Can't wait to hear.
Oh yeah.
All right, well, tell Vern we said hey, and I hope to get to meet up with you too. I'm jealous. I'm jealous I wasn't there.
I know. We'll share pictures in the Discord if it gives anyone, FOMO. And I'm sorry. But,
I love it.
I love it too.
Yeah, it's going to be a great trip.
Hey, I'll be trying to give everybody FOMO on the treasure this week, so let's go.
Oh yes, please. As many, we're I don't know if you heard her. Yes, please, as many pics as possible of the treasure. Please.
Hey, Disney Cruise Line's paying for the internet, so let's go. Let's see what it's got.
You don't got to tell me twice. Let's go.
Exactly. I've given them enough money over the course of my lifetime. Let me try to get smidge back. All right, let's go. All right, well, Jason and Vern, I'll talk to you guys later, and I hope you guys have a great week. Merry Christmas to you guys.
Yes, Merry Christmas. We'll see you guys later.
See you soon.
See you.
All right, man, they're great. You got to hang out with them. I was super jealous, but it made me super happy. It's great. It's just
I love meeting listeners, man. It's the best.
We have the best listeners, and when you get to meet them, every person we've met in person, just like friends.
And now they're great friends. We exchanged phone numbers and all that. Like we did the thing, and like we just kicked it off like naturally. Like we were like friends that haven't seen each other in years, but we knew stuff about each other leading up to it. It was so great.
So Now you mentioned you thinking about doing a staycation at the fort. You liked it that much. So it had we've talked about this in the past, and folks have said this many times that it has a real communal feel. So you felt that like almost instantly, and what did the girls say? Emily and Liz. Like what was because we're gonna talk about this on Friday, but just like, tease us a little bit.
So Emily would still be like, because we talked about like, man, it would be awesome to just come here one weekend, like a President's weekend, which would be really hard to get, and just like stay at the fort. And Emily was like, yeah, but like the Magic Kingdom is so close, like are we going to be tempted? Like Emily said that she would kind of get bored, but then we like talked about all the things you can do there, and then like how you can go play miniature golf during the day, and like resort hop and do all Disney Springs and all these other things too, if you need a break from the fort. And then Emily was kind of like on board at that point. She's like, oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Like we bring our card games with us. We play cards at the cabin and all that. So like, I think Emily started getting all in on it. Liz didn't even want to like go to the parks half the time we were down there on this last trip. She just wanted to relax at the fort, which I don't blame her. It was awesome.
I think a lot of times it's fun to be in the parks like the first initial couple hours, right? Like doing, like you get that excitement. You're in there, you're doing like your first 3, 4, 5 attractions, knocking it out. But then like when you're in line for 6th or 7th attraction, you start getting a little weary, not weary, but just, you're getting a little time on your legs and you're getting hungry. And like, you're like, oh man, that's when you kind of want to get back to your resort and enjoy the amenities, like you say, relax. You have a deck there. You could be chilling on the deck playing.
Isn't that the truest thing though? Like when you're at the resort, you want to be in the parks, and then when you're in the parks, you just want I just want to be in the resort.
And you got to just enjoy where you are. Like it's a weird thing. And Jason's asking, were you in a new cabin or an old cabin? You're in a new cabin, correct?
We were in one of the new cabins, yes. And the old Jason that was just on that last call, him and Veronica prefer the old ones, and I think they're getting an old one on their upcoming trip, which they're excited for.
So we'll have to talk to them and get their thoughts on that. But we'll talk about that on Friday about the new cabin, get a review of that. We were getting ready right before Jason, another Jason, called in. We did have a question from Catherine at the top of the show, and she had a question we're going to address real quick. She has a 5 and a 2-year-old, and she was wondering, she's never been on a Disney cruise. She saw our captain's hats and said, I got to go on a Disney cruise. But she had the question, Disney cruise or Disneyland? For a 5 and a 2-year-old.
It's so tough
call because either one, the kids are going to have a blast. But God, Disney cruises. But again, like right now, and I love Disneyland. You guys know that I love World too, though. But I love Disneyland like nobody's business because my first time was in 22. It's kind of the new thing still. It's still a couple years. But if I had to rate like the experience, Disney cruise takes it because it's so chill. It's just like at this point in my life, it's got just the right amount of Disney. It's got the entertainment. It's got the great dining. It's got the great room. It's almost like a deluxe hotel. It's got the service, but you're going to cool places. It's got great weather all the time. It's just, and it's chill. The ship's only so big. You're not going to walk 13 miles a day. It's got everything you need. So I like Disney Cruise Line if you can swing it. What do you say to that? For the kids, and the kids will be plenty entertained, I think.
So that's where I always go to is like your kids' ages and what are they entertained by? If characters are a big thing for you, it's 100% Disney Cruise Line, because to me, that is the best character experience is on Disney Cruise Line, because they change their costumes based on like the season, or like they might like have Halloween costumes or Christmas stuff, and like they are all over that ship, which I love. So I'm sure the 5-year-old will really be into the characters. I'm not sure at 2, like if they're a little like, kind of scary a little bit, like you gotta have to like open up to them. But I'm still leaning towards Disney Cruise Line because like they just it's a magical vacation. If you've never done it, I think you should definitely go that route.
Yeah, and the thing too with a Disney cruise and kids that are 5 and 2, I think it's going to give them an experience that they're still pretty young, right? But it still gives them an experience that they get to see like the ocean. And I think there's something to be said for that. Like when they go into elementary school, that they have seen the ocean, because like my daughters, like Paige hadn't, like we're in Missouri. And she kind of lived a sheltered life, like she thought a big body of water was when we drove over the Mississippi River. And not to be mean, but that's kind of just like where geographically our world was. We had a small world. We didn't go very far. But then when we started traveling to Florida, like we didn't go on cruises really too much, but we went like we'd take a day out of our Walt Disney World vacation. We'd drive to Titusville or over to Cocoa Beach and just like go to Jetty Park and watch the cruises go out. And we got to see the ocean. When you get to see the ocean, it changes kind of like when you learn geography, how big the ocean is, you know, and then when you get to go on a cruise and you don't see the land around you, kids, that's real world learning. And I think it gives kids perspective besides all the fun stuff they're going to have. But you're right, characters. I mean, I don't think you realize how many characters are on Disney Cruise until you go on one. I mean, they're not just like, you know, here's the character meet and greet for the day. They are everywhere on all the decks. You literally run into characters. They're just boom. You run around a corner on like deck 8, aft, in an elevator, you know, area. Boom, they're there. It's crazy.
Another great Jason friend of ours is talking about the kids clubs too. Like you can make some great friends on a Disney cruise, even at a young age, right? I feel like the young ones just like kind of kick it off. Not necessarily the 2-year-old, because I think they have a separate club on the ships, right, Mike? I think.
Yeah, they have the Small
the
World
nursery still.
Yeah, it's called Small World. Yeah.
So they might not be making as much.
They're not really hanging out. You know, they're not.
But you do have that option though for the nursery though. So like if the parents or the adults want to go off and do something too, like you got that too, and Disney is a brand that's so trustworthy, right? And they do such a good job with that, with the Small World Nursery and all the kids clubs.
You want to know something super crazy about the kids clubs? So the cruise we went on this past summer, right, on the Fantasy, we did the 7-night Eastern. Okay.
Oh, I think I know the story, but tell it. I think you told me.
Yeah, I think I told you this. Mallory she went to Vibe, right? When we took my niece too, her cousin, Zoe, never been on a cruise, never seen a cruise ship, right? From here in Missouri, in St. Louis. We took her because Paige couldn't go and Mallory needed somebody to hang out with. So we took Zoe. Zoe had she's cool. She had a great time. They hung out together the whole time. They're same age. So they went to Edge one night or Vibe one night, the older teen club. So they're talking to, you know, the other people in there. Mallory met one of the guys in there. She'd been snapping this guy because he was on the cruise, the previous cruise, the last cruise we were on, the podcast cruise. Like they had hung out together in Edge. They were on the cruise before together and they were on this cruise together. I was like, she's like, yeah, I know him from Snapchat. I was like, shut up. You're on the same cruise again. But I mean, what's funny is it was the same week 2 years ago. Like it was because we cruised the same week, but like 2 years later. So maybe they're like on the same schedule. I don't know. Like maybe that's the only thing they could cruise. But yeah, she's like, yeah, I because she's like, look, like he's on my Snap. Like, and he's on this ship. I'm like, that is so weird. I'm like, yeah, you're not hanging out with him that much, but that's okay. But she's like, yeah, I knew him when I was in Edge, and now we're in Vibe.
That's so funny. It's so wild to me.
But yeah, I mean, you know, they're on ship, so she didn't sound too late. But yeah, it was the weirdest thing. They kept up that way. So what was something besides we were talking about the big stuff on Friday's show, but anything kind of unexpected, like any like hidden gem meals or anything like that from the trip?
I would say so. So we went to Yachtsman on Thanksgiving / Liz's birthday. So we I got lucky, Mike. I got a diamond horseshoe like same day, like walk up on Thanksgiving, which is like the Liberty Tree, basically, right? Yeah. So like I was like, whew, all right, we're getting a turkey meal. Like I could breathe because like I struggled to get a good ADR. Even at like 60 days, I couldn't get like something I knew for sure had like a good Thanksgiving meal. And I'll talk about my thoughts on Disney and their Thanksgiving menus when we record the launch trip report, because I have some thoughts there. But so then we're like, all right, well, we got our Thanksgiving meal. Maybe we should have a nice birthday meal for Liz, like a nice signature meal. So we were like talking about it. I found a Yachtsman that was at 7:00, pretty good time. So we went to Yachtsman, and sure enough, they had a nice Thanksgiving meal on the menu, which I kind of thought they would, because in years past, most restaurants do, but this is where I was going to talk about on Friday's show. Like Disney is awful about sharing menus and telling you which places are that you can get things.
Ricky says that all the time, right? Because she tries to get that stuff out there on like the Mouse for Less and, you know, Disney World After All.com, but like Disney doesn't share it. And so
and I'm always confident that every place does, but
every year. Yeah.
But I didn't want to take that chance on Liz's birthday. Thanksgiving meal is her favorite meal. She was born on Thanksgiving Day. So like I was lucky with the diamond horseshoe. I was like, all right, well, let's go to Yachtsman. And sure enough, and like I had a little bit of Liz's. It was an unbelievable like Thanksgiving meal. Like it looked so good, and like it just kind of surprised me. Like Yachtsman, like, you know, the high-end steakhouse, great steak sides, and there's Liz getting like turkey and cranberry and dressing, but it was unbelievable. So
did you have?
That kind of surprised me a little bit.
You had Thanksgiving for lunch. So Liz had Thanksgiving for lunch and Thanksgiving. For lunch?
It's her favorite meal of the year, so why not, right? It's her birthday.
She won. That's exactly what I did.
She did win. She did win.
Exactly.
I know. I offered to share, to split it with her, because I got a fillet. Like, hey, we can go halvesies on this if you're not feeling the turkey. She's like, no, this is all for me.
No, man, stay away from the turkey, man, and especially the cranberries.
So that was a great meal. Like, I love Yachtsman. Have you been to Yachtsman? I can't remember. Is that one that you have not?
I have not. And Pam was taking me to Yachtsman one time. We were down there for an event, and she was going to pay for it, dude. And I felt ill that an hour before. I know, dude. I was so upset. It was one of those things. Oh man, I've still never been. I know, dude. It killed me because I wouldn't even have to pay for it. I was bummed.
There's something about Yachtsman. I don't want to do all my trip report stuff right now, but I'll tell you a little something. I feel like I see the same servers there every time I go, and I'm not a regular there by any means. We go maybe once every couple of years, and our server was one that we've had before. So I commented I've seen you here every time you're here, I feel like you've been here a long time. And she's like, well, you want to know a little secret? I'm 7th on the seniority list, and I've been here 30 some years or something. I'm like, holy cow. She's like, so you're right. You do see the same people here. And one of our people, I forgot what she said her name was, is about to retire at 49 years, working at Yachtsman. Isn't that and that's just great. That tells you when you go to that restaurant,
you're gonna get
your serving team knows what they're talking about, right? They know that menu so well. They know they had the great experience. They know just how to treat. It is from the service team to the atmosphere to the food itself. It is a top-notch meal for me, and I couldn't ask for anything more on Liz's birthday than that. It was so great.
It's a great location too. You're right there at Yacht Club, and it's easily accessible from Epcot and the studios.
Yeah. So it's funny. So I know you've never been to Yachtsman. So you walk in there, they have these little different rooms, and there's one room you walk in and you quick turn right, and it's a square room that has 4 tables. I call it a quad room, basically. And I say to Beth, who had never been before, I was like, hey Beth, it's funny, this is your first time here. I'm pretty confident that we sat at that table right there our first time, the table next to us. So me, I'm Mr. History. I have Google Photos, spreadsheets, I have all this stuff. So, and I have a weird memory with dates. So I remember when our first time was there. So I pull it up and I pull up a picture. I'm like, yep, that's it. That was the table we're at right next door to us. And they used to do this, when you got a kid's meal, they would give you this Mickey puzzle. So it was a white chocolate puzzle, and they give you this edible paint and a cookie or something. And you could paint the puzzle. And I'm like, oh, and I asked the server, do you guys still do that puzzle? Because I brought up a photo and here's Emily, you see her right there. Here she is, 3 years old, making this puzzle. And she laughed. She's like, oh my gosh, we've had that for 30 years. I don't think we're ever going to get rid of that puzzle. And when the bill came, she brought out a puzzle.
Shut up. Yes.
So we got to recreate that memory, in the same section of the restaurant. And Emily redid the puzzle. We tried to have her pose in the same way that we had that photo. So I'll share that at some point, a side by side. But that's what I'm talking about. I just love that service. We're just talking about our history of going to the restaurant. If they have that kids dessert, and boom, she gave it to us. It was so awesome.
That is super cool. That is super cool that they've kept, because I thought when you said that they're gonna be like, oh no, sorry, we don't have that anymore. Because that's, unfortunately, that's what we've heard over the last it's always since COVID, when you said, oh, we've had that for 30 years and we still do. I was like,
and they still do.
I was like, finally, thank you. That's the kind of stuff, because again,
Disney is such a nostalgia place, right?
Exactly. You just took it right out of my mouth. Yeah. They have to realize that we go to Walt Disney World and Disneyland, and all this stuff is built on nostalgia.
And I think that's why you like Disney so much, Mike, because you are a routine guy, right? You are a man of routine. So.
And I know there has to be some changes, right? And I'm willing to go with changes. There has to be new stuff, because you got to have stuff to market. You got to have stuff that's exciting. You can't just be stale, but you also can't change everything. When you have, it doesn't cost them anything to have that puzzle dessert, right? You know what I'm saying? Because that's always going to be a hit, even with kids with electronic devices in 2024. You give somebody a dessert that they can paint at the table and then get to eat that's edible. That's not going away in 2024, even over 1996. Right. It's still classic.
Just imagine if we had been going from the mid-90s, your kid could be like a 35-year-old now or whatever, and like still like ask for the same dessert. Like that's gonna be us someday, I hope. Where we go there for Emily's 40th birthday, and then bam, she gets the puzzle. Like I love that stuff, dude. Like you nailed it, Mike. It's so good.
That is cool. All right, 407-413-9395. You want to jump in on the conversation? 407-413-9395. You can ask Scotty a question about his trip. You could ask me about my upcoming trip on the Treasure.
So let me ask you. So you're checking in the Animal Kingdom Lodge on Wednesday. Which,
yep.
Love that resort, by the way. Oh my gosh.
Get a picture by that tree.
Oh, that's a regret I had. We never made it over to Wilderness Lodge, even though we were right next door.
You were right next door. Oh, one of the best trees. I think about that.
We never made our way. Like that's how much fun we're having, Mike. But so you're gonna go to a park? You're gonna go to Epcot? Is so that there's time in the schedule for that?
Yeah, they just told us they don't need us to do anything but like check in and get our credentials. I have a 1-day park hopper ticket, but the theme park reservations at Epcot. That's all that said in the email. So I got to go to Epcot first, and then I can go wherever I want.
So you can pop after that. So like so I'm guessing. So that's a tough situation if you only have 1 day, and you're starting at Epcot. The holidays, and I know you love Christmas like I do. Like, are you going to go to the studios to see their nighttime spectacular of all those great lights? I guess this all depends on if there's a party going on that night too, I guess. Or go to Magic Kingdom for your. And
it's supposed to rain Wednesday, unfortunately. So, and this is the show comes out on Thursday, so who knows?
We should see which park has a party because that would actually make your decision. I'm guessing between the two, like that's something I ran into while we were down there. Like, you had to really look at the schedule because one of those two parks had a party going on every night, it seemed like. So that kind of made your decision for you.
I'm going to do glittering greenhouses. All right, we have a call on the line. Hey, who's joining us?
Hey, this is Raquel from California.
Hey, Raquel, thanks for calling from out in Cali. What's going on?
Yeah. Hey, I was calling because I know you guys are, at least I know Mike is. Scotty, are you going to Disneyland here for the races?
Yes.
In January?
Mike says yes, but I'm not booked yet.
I'm working on it, man. He's got to go. Even if he doesn't run, he's got to go. He's got to go. Let's go.
Mike can't do Disneyland without me, it seems like.
No, he's got to go to Disneyland, man. I'm going to be out there for 5-6 days. He's got to come. Anyway, we're trying.
He's got to join you.
Exactly.
Yeah. So my family and I go all the time. My daughter actually had this opportunity to dance down Main Street in a parade for Halloween time. So we headed down at the very beginning of October, and she did this dance thing, and they learned this one dance, and everybody did it down Main Street. It was the most amazing experience. I'm watching my daughter dance down Main Street. It was just, I cried the whole time. But
I don't blame you.
We spent the day there. And so we had tickets, we explored the park and stuff. We always do. And in the evening, my dad he was there with us. It was a big family ordeal, but he wanted to ride Rise of the Resistance. He had done it before, but he really wanted to. So we went down back to back too, and it was right about the time that fireworks were going to happen. And the ride was shut down. So that was kind of a bummer. But we had heard that you can still watch the fireworks from Batu, but they play Star Wars music.
I've heard that.
And yeah, so we hung out there, and the fireworks started, and it was the most amazing. There was nobody there. There was no one there. And we just watched the most amazing fireworks. It was a Halloween themed fireworks show. So we had never seen that before, but it was as if the fireworks were set up for this, the Star Wars music. I mean, when they started playing Duel of the Fates and the fireworks, it was just fantastic. So I suggest that you guys really, really need to head back there at some point during the fireworks and watch that, because it was amazing.
So this is something that's ongoing, though, because I've seen this on social media. People mention this, but it's something that wasn't just like a seasonal or like a little test thing. Like it's still ongoing, as far as you know, because I haven't kept up with it.
As far as I know, yeah, they do it every evening. My understanding was like they do maybe a little animatronic robot kind of tells you a story that's back there in Batu, but we didn't hear that part. But we did get the music, and they actually had photopass photographers back there, and so she kept looking around, trying to find someone to take photos of. And so my husband and I just kind of grabbed her, and we got some amazing photopass photos with the fireworks going off, and we were in Batu, and it's, we're giving kisses and smiling, and, it was fantastic.
That's really
great.
great.
Like the park was our own.
That's
really
awesome.
Cool.
So
I love this story. That's so good.
It is, and it's funny because I was out there for when they opened Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway last spring. We went out for a media event, and they were also debuting a fireworks show then in that new parade. I think Magic Happens. And what they told us, and this is true, and Scott knows this because he's been going to Disneyland longer than I have, is that with their fireworks, with their projection shows, is one of the things that they kind of sell at Disneyland is that you can watch their show like it's a different show where you watch it. Like you can watch it on Small World this night, or the next night you can watch it on Main Street, or the next night you can watch it on the castle. You know, it's the same show, but they tell you like it's a different.
I think they do that for the locals too, right? So you can see something different the whole time.
I've seen it in the fantastic Rivers of America before, which was awesome. Yeah.
It's like one but it's like that, right? I mean, it's a fireworks show, but hey, go to bed to it. It's a whole different experience. It's same pyrotechnics, but it's a totally different emotional feel to it, you know, for your see, I love that because dude, Duel of the Fates, one of the best piece of music ever. Oh my gosh.
Right? It was fantastic. I tears rolling, and then the fact that we got the photos and stuff, it was fantastic.
I'd be a mess.
So good. I know, because I was almost thinking like, are they doing it because it's like Halloween themed, you know? Because like there's some darkness to Star Wars, obviously, right? Like, but if they're doing that all the time, like,
oh my god,
I think I might have just bought my airfare for January. No.
Well, if you think about it, it's genius. I mean, all it really is a music score. I mean, because it's the same fireworks, just perspective.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, it was just it was quite the surprise, and I mean, like I said, I had heard about it before, but it was just such an awesome surprise, considering we were kind of bummed that we didn't get to ride the ride, but and we had an Oga's Cantina reservation for like right afterwards, so it was perfect.
Now, are you guys going to be out at the races in January too?
No, I'm not a runner. My husband is actually. He just ran his first marathon here in Fresno, California, just a few weeks ago. So he is now a marathoner. So I'm going to have to talk him into it.
Yeah, he's got to do it. I mean, shoot, out in California, the longest one they do is a half marathon. That'll be a walk in the park for him. And, you know, cool.
Oh,
medals.
yeah. I think he did that today, actually.
Yeah, there you go. Wow. See, you sign him up and then you get a weekend at Disneyland. I mean, win-win. You don't have to run.
Win-win. Yeah.
And you can stay up later than him.
Yeah. And you can steal his shirts.
Oh, I love it.
Shirts are cool. Exactly. And they sell, now they're going to start selling the shoes again too. You get they're not
Brooks.
Brooks. Yeah, they're going to have the Disney themed shoes again. I mean, that'll be a whole nother thing. Ugh. Another thing you got to have that you got to work for. Just make you stressed.
You got to work so hard to spend hundreds of dollars.
Exactly. It's another thing. You got to sweat, be nervous, and it's like going to the expo. I remember that expo that Scott and I were standing in line to get a jacket or a hat or something, man. It was like 5 hours to spend money. It's ridiculous. What do we do as Disney fans? There's something wrong with us.
My favorite one, Mike, is it was you and Paige. It was the 25th Walt Disney World Marathon weekend. And you and Paige were like out in a field somewhere, and me and your Pam were just at the
drinking beer.
We were drinking beers, but there were no tables to be had. It was so funny. I think my girls were back at the beach club because Liz was watching Mallory, I think. So like the three of them stayed, and then me and Pam were just sitting on the floor, like leaning against the wall, drinking beers while we were getting
Paige and I are just in the middle of wide world of sports, middle of a soccer field, standing in a line that's long, like quarter mile long. It was stupid.
I appreciate. I saw that was the red one. It was kind of like a sweatshirt though. It's not my favorite of the jackets, but I know. Every time I get it out, I'm like, oh yeah, Mike sacrificed a lot of time while I was drinking beer for this.
You're in the moment, right? You get caught up in it. Stupid. Well, hey, I'm going to definitely look into that because that would totally be my jam, and our listeners, I'm sure, will too. So we appreciate it.
Raquel, do you want to know something though? I think I still think this is fact. Mike has not been to Batu West, even though he's been to Disneyland many times. I don't think he's been.
I have.
Have you?
Oh. Well, I mean, when I ran the half marathon, we ran.
That's the only time though. Yeah.
That counts.
Yeah, I've been through it very quickly. I mean, I'm not fast. I mean, not super fast, but I mean, as fast as I ran through it.
But in a park day, you have not ventured off that way.
Yeah, I've never gone through during park hours. It was at night. Or no, it was in the morning. What? It was dark. It was in the morning.
It was in the morning. Yeah.
Well, in your defense, my family and I went to Disney World last year. Maybe it was the year before. And we didn't go to Batu really very much over in Hollywood Studios because we have it here. So
there's so much to do out there, and I just love all the unique stuff.
Just, Rick, I don't know. I'm sure you've been like, because you're native over there, but like I just miss the Big Thunder Ranch area so much. I wish we could have both out there, but that's kind of why I don't.
We used to have go by, and there was always a big Christmas theme there too. There was Santa would be back there, and there was like a great barbecue and
yes, the barbecue,
cookies decorating and stuff like that back there too.
Yeah. And I missed the goats. The goats were so good. I just loved the little petting area they had. But you know what? We got something great for it still, right? But man, when I'm back in that area, I just like, oh man, I miss this so much.
Do we need two though? I mean, would you rather have the Big Thunder Ranch and just only have one?
So if I had to pick, yes, and you know how I feel about that, Mike. I would say
the things. I'm with you. Yeah,
I'd rather have Galaxy's Edge in Florida and keep Big Thunder Ranch out in California, and I'd rather keep Mickey's and Minnie's Runaway Railway in California, and then bring back Great Movie Ride or something different in Florida. I mean, there's a lot of things I like to switch. But I understand not everyone is fortunate enough to travel to both coasts, so it's good to have both for everyone. But I'm selfish and I want different things at different parks.
No, I'm grateful that we have that too here. Absolutely. Absolutely. We've
so
several times.
We didn't get your password gateway question. Favorite holiday Christmas cookie? What is it?
It's we call them Mexican Christmas cookies. Something my grandma used to make. It's pretty much just like sugar and lard and Coca-Cola.
Oh my god!
You break them and then you cover them in like cinnamon sugar, and it's my cousins always request that I make those for. It's a chore. It's like a.
And now Mike's going to be requesting it.
They're really good.
Google's going to be my friend later on. Yes.
That sounds awesome.
It sounds great. That's why I love this show, because
there's a little jalapeno in it too, right? Because it's Mexican Christmas.
I mean, that'll be good after
maybe one batch.
I mean, it sounds like a great dessert after number 15 at El Azteca.
There you go.
Well, hey, we appreciate the call. Thank you so much, and don't be a stranger. And Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to you out in California.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Hey, I'll talk to you.
Have a great night.
All right, bye bye.
Bye bye.
All
That's
right.
so awesome that I forgot to even bring this up to her about like the family member, the daughter dancing on Main Street. Like that would just give me goosebumps, just seeing your kid do something like that.
When you're a Disney fan, that's like the ultimate, right? I mean,
it really is.
Like just seeing like Mallory cheered at Wide World of Sports, which is like not even close to being the same thing. But I was like, she's at Walt Disney World. I mean, she was over at ESPN, it wasn't like, dude, Main Street would be crazy. Like I know
Beth and I were joking on Thanksgiving. So we were walking to Diamond Horseshoe. And I think I showed you a quick little video, like in the Discord, like hundreds of cheerleaders, like just going down.
Yeah.
And they're like, "We wish you a happy Thanksgiving." Like, it was kind of funny. But there was like a cheer dad, and there was a cheer dad in front of us. It reminded me of you because like he was just trying to run up to the front to like quick snap a photo or a video. Then he would like run up some more, just so he can be in the front. Like I was like, that's Mike right there, man. Like trying to get the moment.
If you're not involved with them, dude, just go the other way, dude. Just please, like if they're going to Tomorrowland, you go to Adventureland. I'm just telling you, dude, because
they're fun to watch. I was curious what they were like. It couldn't have been like a school because there were so many of them. I felt like maybe they were like part of some club or something.
You know what it was? It could have been for one of the filmings. It could have been the All Stars.
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe.
I bet it was the NCAA All Stars. All right, this is our last call, and I believe it is Jennifer from the Westplex who's actually at Epcot right now. I think, if I'm guessing. Hello.
Hello.
Am I correct? Is this Jennifer?
Hi, Mike. Hi, Scott.
Judging from the area code, Jennifer, is this you at Epcot?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes. Hello. I am calling from Epcot.
Yes.
I just got off Guardians of the Galaxy.
Nice.
Very nice.
And so I told you a couple of weeks ago I purchased after one convention ticket. And so they let you in 15 minutes early before any time ticket, usually. And so I got in and got the 1 p.m. drop, but it was popular today because it sold out almost instantly.
Oh, wow. But you got on, it sounds like you got a boarding group.
Yep. I just got on. It was a 1 o'clock drop and I boarded. I guess I entered the queue about 7:15. So
But it was and I had Any Way You Want It, I think is the song that I got. So I thought that maybe they were doing holiday songs. I thought they did it last year, but I could be wrong. And
so it was 2 years
to that, but
yeah, Jennifer, it was 2 years ago. So there was a Run Rocket Run. It was like that Run Rudolph, like by Chuck Berry, but it was like for Rocket. So they did that in 2022. I don't think it was the biggest hit because it did not return last year or this year. So.
Oh, gotcha.
And so Any Way You Want It by like Journey. Did they add that song? I don't think.
No. I'm sorry. It's One Way or Another. That's
One Way or Another. Scott and I. So you're not watching the video, I don't think. Scott and I both looked at each other like, "Ooh, they added a 6th song."
No, sorry. No breaking news.
I just hit them all. Like after 30 rides, I finally got like my last one. And I'm like, oh, I guess I got to go back. They got Journey out there now.
Like, Journey's on the ride. Breaking news.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I've had 3 of the songs. I haven't ridden it as much, but I've had 3 different songs, so that's been fun. But got to see the Candlelight Processional earlier tonight, and there's just and I did the multi-pass, so got all the experiences I wanted to do, including the new Soarin', so a revised Soarin'. So all good.
Did you do Glimmering Greenhouses?
I did, but you know what? I should have done it for an evening. I did it in the afternoon just to get it done. Yep. But it would be much better at night, and I knew that. So my bad on that.
That's going to be my issue, right? Because I have a ticket on Wednesday, and I have a theme park reservation for Epcot. It's a Hopper. And so I have to go there first. So do I have the patience to wait till it's dark? I might have to go back to do it later, like right before I go to bed or something. But then I'm saying all the way at the lodge.
It's beautiful and different things, but it's got to be much better at night. So
yeah, that is.
And now I've never seen Luminous, so I'm gonna go watch that and then head back for my convention.
Go back for work. Yeah. Did you do any Festival of the Holidays? Did you go any like holiday kitchens at all?
So I just did. I went and saw some of the storytellers and read the different traditions that are in front of each land. That was pretty cool. And then one of the really good values is if you like Thanksgiving meal, just go to American Adventure and have the turkey and stuffing and mashed potatoes. It's more like a snack, but it fills you up that it could be your main meal for some people.
Oh my gosh, you are so right.
25.
Oh my gosh. So that's something I wanted to bring up, Jennifer. I'm glad you said that because we did that on Monday, just a few days ago. And we were just like, oh my gosh, like this was because I got this like holiday turkey burger thing or whatever at Cosmic Rays like the night before, and it was not good. And like we went to the Americanville, it was like what, $7.25, and you got like it was like a mini Thanksgiving meal. It was so darn good. You're absolutely right. It's like great value if you're looking for like a little turkey holiday meal. So I'm glad you brought that up, and I'm glad you got it and enjoyed it.
Yes, and I think it's like a Disney dining plan snack. So it's, I mean, amazing. And even if it's not, $6.25 was nothing. So I was gonna get the festival holiday, where you get the stickers and everything, or you don't do it and you just get the award.
Oh yeah.
But the cast member warned me. She goes, "I'll tell you that the award is I don't mean to be a spoiler, but just kind of giving some tips. It's one of those coffee drink screens where you can make Olaf or Epcot or Anna or Sven." And she said they're plastic. We thought they were going to be metal, but they're plastic. So she goes, I would see them before you buy the $10 sheet. So,
yeah. And the thing is, you can play that game anyway, right? That's kind of a cool hack. Like you don't have to do the stickers. Like you can still walk around World Showcase and look for Olaf. You know what I mean? So that's kind of fun too if you don't want to pay for it.
Exactly. But it's just so beautiful being out here, and just I don't know when I'll get back here next. So just appreciating everything and taking it all in, so that's great. Then the joy.
Especially when you're down there for work.
Exactly. And I'll go to Disney Springs on Tuesday night. So I'm getting my Disney in while I can.
I love it.
Everybody needs a little bit of that in their life. Everybody's like, how can I? All these teachers are like, how can I get some professional?
And you two are just going to miss each other from because you guys are flying in from and out of the same place basically. So you'll be coming back when Mike lands on Wednesday.
Yep, 6 a.m. flight. That's when I take off.
I will say, Mike, I flew down Saturday night, and it was the last flight out. It was I think it was like a 5:45 flight, and it was empty. There were 53 people on the plane, and so I had the whole row to myself. I did the Mike Ramen thing because I normally don't sit at the window. I sat at the window. I watched Flight Tracker. I saw the fireworks from afar, the Epcot fireworks. I mean, granted, it was way far away, but I could see them. But I, had. It was lovely. So that's a flight I would recommend if people can do it.
I'm on the Sunday flight at 3:40. I think that was the earliest one I could get after, because you can't book a flight before noon off the ship. So 3:40 p.m. So yeah.
I hope you have the best time. That ship looks awesome. I'm not the biggest fan of the Wish, but with the Treasure being theme park themed, it looks really cool.
I'm the same way, because physically, the ship, as far as the guts of it, how it's laid out is the same, right? I mean, if you take all the overlay off of it, the Wish and the Treasure sister ships. But I wonder how I'm going to feel, because I like I love the theming of the Treasure. I think they've taken a lot of feedback from what people said about the Wish, and it's more theme parky, I think. And so I think I'm really going to like it, but we'll see. Because everybody knows the Fantasy is my favorite ship. So we'll see where it ranks. But yeah, it'll be a blast. I'm really looking forward, because I've seen a few teasers, they're really using the lobby for shows a lot. Because you remember the Wish had that has that stage in it, but they never used it when we were on it. The whole cruise we were on the thing. And I was always like, why do you have
they just use it for pictures, if anything, and a show on the day you board, and that's it.
Yeah, no, they're using it on the Treasure.
A themed cruise.
Yeah, they have a whole Indiana Jones show and an Adventurers Club show, and yeah, there's all kinds of stuff. So I will be sharing it, because I'll have the internet package, and we'll have it on social media. So we'll be sharing little snippets and here and there and talking about it next week.
We look forward to it. Thanks so much, guys.
All right, we'll have go and take Cake Bake Shop on the way out. Heard it's a cheap little slice of pizza of cake on the way home.
Slice of pizza.
Oh, that's awesome.
I need a slice of pizza. That's what I need. All right.
Enjoy the show. Thanks for the trip report, the live update. That was awesome. Yes. And thanks for confirming that it was not Journey.
Yeah, I was going to say, thanks for breaking the news. The Journey is on Cosmic Rewind. No, just kidding.
And Scott, go green.
Oh yeah, go white and enjoy the rest of the conference. We'll talk to you soon.
Hey, she was on. Did you not hear? You're from Mizzou beat Kansas today.
I did hear about that. That was awesome for them.
Jess,
that's awesome.
Pretty sweet. Okay, now I can let you go. I said to confirm that one more time today. Okay, see you, Jennifer.
Have a good night, Jennifer.
Thank you.
I mean, you gotta say it when you beat the number one team in the country and your rival. I mean, yes.
Right.
And Brandon says he got Iran on Cosmic.
So far away.
So
I feel like I'm on the lucky ones that have gotten all 7 because of the Christmas one. So I got to do the run.
What are you doing? I was like, what are you doing now? There's only 5 songs. I'm like, we just fixed that.
6. There's 6. And then, but I've done Run Rudolph Run, so not to brag, but it wasn't that great. I would rank that at number 7 out of the 7. So
good job, Ricky.
Oh man!
All right, so we are going to get out of here because we're way past time, but we're going to have great shows this week. So Wednesday, of course, listener questions. We have a great trip report for you coming up on Monday's show. Monday's show is, of course, the calls are coming in now, but hey, we're out of time. We got to hold off till next week. Actually, we won't have a call-in show next week because I will just be getting home 2 weeks.
I get Sunday night off, huh?
Woo. You do get Sunday night off. But in 2 weeks, we'll have another live call-in show because, again, I will just be getting home from the cruise.
Maybe I'll do a live on Instagram and people can join.
There you go. And just watch because I might go live from the Treasure while I'm on there. So,
that'd be sweet.
But what was I going to say? So, yeah, at Be Our Guest Mike from the Treasure. So follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Threads. That's where I'll be. And Facebook, Mike Rallman. And also the Be Our Guest podcast. Make sure you follow the Be Our Guest podcast on Facebook because I'll have stuff on there. But yeah, no live show next Sunday night. Let's see what else. We're always sponsored by the Magic for Less Travel, so we'd love to help you plan your next Disney vacation. Just swing by the magicforless.com. No cost to you. Little booking bonuses along the way. You can use our affiliate link on Amazon. That really does help support us when you do that shopping. It's beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon, and become a patron of the show. That's a great way to support the show. It's just $5 a month. It's like a cup of coffee a month, and it keeps us on the air because this hosting for our video stuff, they doubled our costs next year. I know they've got us, but we have fun with this. We do more shows than anybody else. We use it to death. So help us there. It's $5 a month, and you get a bonus show every week. It's called Mike in the Midwest. So come on over this week, patreon.com/Be Our Guest Podcast. You can follow Scott on the social media at Epscott, EPSCOT, and Must See Adventures on YouTube. Scott, what's going on over there? Because somebody earlier over on Instagram was asking if you're going to show some vlogs from Walt Disney World here soon, because you probably recorded some stuff while you were down last week.
I did record some stuff, and I'm in a tough situation because like I'm so close to the cruise series being done, but like the Walt Disney World stuff is like timely right now, the holidays and whatnot. But I made the decision I'm going to continue on with the cruise stuff because we got a Sorrento's slice counter contest that's happening, and we just got 3 more episodes to finish that, plus some Disneyland Paris. So the Walt Disney World content will come out. I have a goal to create the content a little faster, do some faster editing, so I'm going to try to do an episode a week here soon. So you will definitely see that soon. I'm very excited to share that. But yeah, our next episode is going to be in Spain still. We're going to be doing a Santiago half-day tour. Great architecture of like churches and old buildings. It's going to be a lot of fun for sure. But I did want to say, Mike, I'm sure you're going to say this when we close out too, though. Again, send some good vibes to our boy Steve, man. We are thinking about him. Pam's husband, Steve Forster, great friend of ours. He feels like family to us. So just some good vibes for if you're listening now for Tuesday while he hasn't our procedure done. And we love you, Steve. So thinking about you.
100%, because he is family. We're all family around here. So we'll be thinking about him, and we hope you will be too. And again, we will be coming to you live from Walt Disney World on Wednesday and Thursday through Saturday night, Sunday morning as we get back into Port Canaveral from the Disney Treasure. So at Be Our Guest Mike.
I can't wait to see all your content, Mike. It's funny, like I got to spend some time, for a week, and now you get to spend a few days. So excited, man.
And I see this behind the scenes for our listeners, like, because we're like brothers. Like, dude, I follow you constantly on Find My Friends when you're on your vacation. Like, he's still sleeping because I get up super early. Like,
you do get early. I do sleep in a little bit on vacation, just a little.
Like, so I'm like, oh, dude, he's still at the fort because like I see your little like your little memoji of your like little cartoon guy. He's still in the woods over in the trees. So he's still over at Fort Wilderness. Oh, he's on the move. Like, and he's in a golf cart. So I see you like rolling around Fort Wilderness. And then I'm like, oh, he's on a boat. He's going over to, he's at the Grand Floridian. I bet he's going to Grand Floridian Cafe. And then I'm like, I know what he's doing. He's parking at the Grand Floridian, going to have breakfast so he doesn't have to. I knew what you were doing. But when you checked out that day, I knew exactly what you were doing because you had to check out.
I paid $42 to valet because I could not park there.
Oh, see, I thought you just parked there to get around.
Nope. Even though I had a dining reservation, they were gonna turn me around and have me park across the way, and like I was trying to get to a dining reservation, so I paid $42 to valet. Dude. And it hurt so much.
2 slices of cake. Well, I got pizza on the mind, dude.
But I did say to Elizabeth too, this is why we need Tables on Wonderland back, because your valet parking was included with that. Oh, exactly. I miss that so much. God,
Tables on Wonderland, man. We haven't said that in a couple of years. R.I.P.
Love it. I think they realized that was a really good deal for yes, but you know what? We booked more table service restaurants because of it. Like we spent more money. But man, do I miss it.
We gotta close the show. That is
okay. Yeah, I think I know we got dinner. I know you gotta do your walk.
Yeah, exactly. And Friday, Scott's gonna be talking all about his trip. So that's tomorrow. If you're listening here on the feed on Thursday, all about Scott's Fort Wilderness trip: golf carts, Fort Wilderness, candlelight processional, great
valet parking,
$42 parking the car, all that stuff coming your way tomorrow. All right. So until we get back together again, for Scott, I'm Mike, wishing you a great Thursday here on the feed, or a great Sunday night if you're tuned in live. Have a great one. You guys stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon.
Have to
save that. So you got to go. You haven't had dinner?
No, I haven't. I had kind of like a later lunch. I had this like Nashville hot chicken sandwich. Oh my gosh, it was so good.
I've never had hot chicken.
At Hopcat. I think there's a few Hopcats around. I don't know if there's one in Missouri or not.
We have a hot chicken, like a Nashville hot chicken place on the highway down from us, but I've never had it.
dude, I can't wait to follow you too. The thing is, like, Find My Friends with You is mostly going to be like, oh, he's still on the ship. Oh, he's still on the ship.
Yeah, because Castaway Key, I'm really probably just going to get off to go to Cookies.
So it's a 4-night? Is that right?
3-night. We're just going to Castaway Key. We're doing a sea day in Castaway Key.
So it sails out on
Thursday,
Friday, Saturday. Oh yeah, come back Sunday. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Thursday, sea day, Friday, Castaway Key, Saturday, and then back.
Yeah.
But I mean, I want to be on the ship, so
yeah, I'd want to be on the ship. I'm sure that's going to be. That'd actually probably be a great day to go to Castaway Key because most people are going to stay on the ship.
Because it's going to be mostly, like I was telling Pam, it's going to be mostly people that have done tons of cruises, right? Because it's mostly like bloggers, vloggers, travel agents, people that probably everybody on the cruise is probably
just trying to get content to like share with their followers.
Probably sailed a million times. Probably nobody's going to be getting off that ship at Castaway Key. Like if you go on that island, you'll own that island.
I know that could be really interesting.
So I am going to get off the island to go to Cookies because, dude, I love Cookies.
Oh, dude. Speaking of chicken sandwiches, I wish they would bring the spicy chicken sandwich back to Cookies, man. It was so dang good.
But that's one of the reasons I told Pam, like, I am getting off and going and getting lunch at Cookies just to, like stretch my legs and see I mean, dude, it's December and I want to get off at the Bahamas to see
some palm trees and
exactly take a walk even. And but I was like, dude, it's exactly what I just said. I'm like, there's gonna be nobody on that island compared to when there's usually 4,000 people on the island.
You got to take some video while you're on there, man. Like, just show how empty it is.
I wonder if
there's not gonna be another ship there, right? I never even think about that. But
so
I
don't think they can double dock right now. I don't think there's 2 piers.
Okay, that'd be good.
At
some point with all these ships, they're gonna have to start double docking.
They'd have to dredge the other side, I think.
Okay.
The other thing too, was thinking, I wonder if they're gonna have as much stuff to do on the ship, since it's not really a full sailing.
All the
have some stuff, but not everything. I don't know. We'll see. At
they're
night,
probably not gonna have any fantasy baseball drafts.
no, probably not that kind of stuff. We'll see. I mean, because they're gonna want us to see things, so probably just have certain things. But I mean,
I feel like they got to still do stuff in Luna or whatever, in the club, so that you can know how the space feels and I don't know, because it'd be weird to go to those rooms and not have an event happening,
Yeah, that's true. Oh, it doesn't matter to me as long as I'm on a ship. I don't care. I can just sit.
Right.
On Saturday, I'll watch the Army Navy game. I don't care. Fine with me.
Dude, I'm so jealous, man. That's gonna be an awesome time. You earned it though, man. You worked so hard. I'm so glad you get to be one of the first to experience it.
Can't wait. Yep. Oh, so yeah, I'll be FaceTiming you, so it'll be cool.
Oh, dude, I'll be ready.
All right, I'll see you.
All right, awesome. I'll see you tomorrow then, right?
Yeah, whenever Ricky is ready, her normal time, it'll be 5:30 your time.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
I'll talk to you. All right. Tell the girls.
Have a good night.
All right.
We'll do. Same here. Bye, everyone.